I got qualified to be on the deceased donor list in April of that year, and I figured, okay, I'm going to be all right. Doctor said I should be able to last another 3 years. Well, my wife said to me in June of that year, she said, what are you doing about getting a kidney? I said, I'm on the deceased donor list. What else needs to be done? She goes, no, you need to get a living donor. I said, I can't do that. I'm just completely embarrassed. I'm just mortified that I have to go out and basically just try to find somebody who would do that for me. I had about 6 or 8 people inquire about becoming a living donor for me, to step up to see if they could be tested, and some people went through with it. And the one person who ultimately became our living donor was a casual friend from our town. She had seen the post on Facebook.
I received a Facebook message, post, whatever you want to call it, from a friend of Bob's wife. When I read the message, I immediately thought, wow, I think I might be able to donate and see if I'm a donor, if I'm a match for Bob. I think at first, the connection that I had with Bob, just knowing who Bob was, is what said to me, why do I get to live a life to the fullest and enjoy my kids and hopefully my grandchildren? Why can't he? That's immediately what I said to myself when I read the Facebook message. And I didn't hesitate. I never had any regrets. I just went forward. That moment, I filled out the application to St. Barnabas.
A day before Thanksgiving, we met at a restaurant. We just ran into each other after about 2 or 3 years of not seeing each other. And I ran into her and I said, hey, Kim, how you doing? And she was like stunned to see me because we knew that someone was going in to be tested, but I didn't know who it was, and because of the privacy laws, the hospital could not reveal who that person was. Turns out it was this lady, Kim. And she came, she said, I went in and got tested. And I broke down. I was so emotional when I heard that she was being tested. She says, I'm not a match yet, but let's keep our fingers crossed. That just sent me over the moon, that somebody was out there for me, and that it was just so humbling to know that somebody who just didn't know me that well would do that for me. It's like, who would do that for somebody else? It's a special, special person, and that's who my donor Kim is. She's my angel.
Well, considering Bob and I hadn't talked for 2 to 3 years, we talk on definitely a weekly basis. Maybe every other day we stay in contact with each other, if not every day. He's on the radio. He does the traffic reports on New Jersey 101.5. I listen to him every morning. I love to hear his voice every morning. And we'll usually text each other once a day. We take walks together. As a matter of fact, we're celebrating our 1-year anniversary together.
How much I love my donor. For someone who just did something just amazing. She's my angel. She saved my life. For someone who's not a family member, for someone who we just knew each other through town, through working on different school programs, and her husband was the coach for our kids in their recreation programs. We've known each other for 20 years, but never been over each other's homes before. For someone to do that like that for me, that's a special, special person. And since the transplant, we have become closer and closer friends.
If I had to do this all over again, I would. I think that it was one of the most humbling things that I've ever done, the best feeling that you could give somebody else their life back.